Alright YouTubers, what's going on? Coming back at you with another knife video, and today we're looking at a new knife called the Defiant 7 Kumu. It's a Midtech knife. What it is, it's a collaboration between Les George and Chad Nichols of Nichols Damascus. So basically it's a just collaboration between the two, kind of a new brand they've come out with to produce Midtech knives. They have a few different models. Like I said, this is the Kumu, and they have a couple other ones. They have this one with a different finish on the handle. They also have a Damascus blade. That's what Chad Nichols is known for, is Damascus. And they also have the Hydrax and one called the Servo. So they've got a few different options there on the knife. So let's talk about this one. This has got obviously like a plain stone-washed handle with a really heavy acid wash, dark stone wash blade. Really cool little knife. It's not a very big knife. It only has a 3.2 inch blade, and it's CTS XHP. There's no marking on the blades, but if you go to the website and if you go to Knife Center or whatever, you can find out the specs. But CTS XHP steel. Blade length is 3.2 inches, so it's not really big. It's kind of that middle range knife. About 3 inches of cutting edge because of the sharpening ricasso there. So. And you have a, they call it a black stonewash finish on the blade, like heavy acid wash, whatever. Your blade thickness is 0.139, so it's not terribly thick. And you can see it's thicker here, and then it tapers down. And your close length is 4.3 inches, so it's a good EDC size knife with an overall length of 7.5 inches. Only weighs in at 3.8 ounces, which is nice. It is made in the USA. What it is, it's actually manufactured by Les George and Nichols, Chad Nichols. They kind of just, it's a collaboration where they both have their hands on it. So Les George always has great knives. I've had quite a few of his Midtechs, the ECP, the Talos. I think I did a video on that one. If I did, I haven't maybe uploaded it yet. And there's quite the ZT collaboration's great. So good designer, like his work. I actually got this from a buddy, another fellow YouTuber, Aiden's daddy, and for a really good price. These go for about $400 new, and that's pretty typical in the Midtech range. You do have a titanium backspacer as well. That is a nice stonewash on that. This is a typical Les George clip, pretty much what all those clips kind of look like. And just kind of give you a better look at the lock bar cutout's interesting. It's cool. It's different, and I like it. What's nice about this one is the action is so super smooth. It just flips like a rocket, which it kind of reminds me of the ZT-0900 in that retrospect, even though it's more the size of the 450. The snappy flipper, it just flies out of there like it's an automatic, and it's super smooth. It's on caged bearings, obviously, but it's very, very smooth knife. Just feels great when you flip it. With a little effort, you can get it to close. I like the design, how it kind of the blade is recessed into the handle. You kind of have this, I don't want to call it a ramp, I don't know what you call it, but it's not really meant to fit all your fingers in between the blade and there because it's just too small. So you kind of use that as your for your pinky rest, and it fits my medium-sized hands, but there's not much space. So if you have larger hands, this knife's going to be a little too small for you. Let's do a comparison here. This is the Dervish Midtech, which I reviewed. Very, very similar in size. You can see the blade. The handle ratio is a little better on the Dervish there. There's the ZT-562, which is a little bit bigger knife, and then a Tad Dauntless, which is a medium-sized knife. Let's move that one out. A little bit longer handle. So, kind of some size comparisons for you. So maybe a little small for some people. I like that size knife. I think it's a good EDC size. It's not too large. Pretty easy to carry. Very lightweight, under 4 ounces. So it makes a great EDC blade. Kind of like about in the same weight as a small Sabenza, so, but you got a flipper, and you got CTS XHP steel, so good steel. So far, I've had the knife for a few days, and I've been playing around with it, and I carried it today. Actually, I haven't cut anything with it. It is very, very sharp, though. It's very, very sharp, and I like the dark stonewashing on it, like that kind of black washish type finish is gonna. You're not going to see when you use this knife. It's going to hide it. Same with the stonewashing on the frame. I've never really understood I get bead blasting because it adds texture and grip. more so than stonewashing, but it just scratches up so easily. Look at this Dauntless. It's got just some snail trails. That's how most of my Sabenzas are. So I do prefer a stonewashed finish on the frame. So pretty cool little design. I hadn't seen one video on YouTube about this knife, except for Knife Center's promotional 20-second videos. So I kind of want to just give you my input on it, where it kind of fits in the Midtech world, I guess, so to speak. You can get, I mean, if you think about it, a knife with, let's say the ZT-0450 may not have quite as good a steel as an S35 versus the CTS XHP steel, but you can get one of those for about half the price of this. Now, not to take away, because this is a Midtech knife. Midtech knives are going to be more expensive than any kind of production knife is. Maybe except a Riate, which, they make really high-end knives. They're pretty much Midtech level. So, but the Dervish Midtech was around the same price, so it's not outrageously priced for a Midtech. It's pretty much right where it should be. It's a pretty basic knife, though. There's not a lot going on. You have a titanium frame and a flipper, and it's just stonewashed. There's no extra accents. You can get it with the Damascus blade, like I said. You can get it with some milling on the titanium, and I don't know if that drives the price up or not. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's yeah, they're about $25 more for some milling on the titanium. So, if you want a little bit more customization to it, you can get those. But other than that, it's a pretty basic knife. I mean, it's a titanium frame lock flipper. So, $400 it's maybe a little much for this, in my opinion. It's good quality. I mean, the fit and finish is good. Huh. That's weird. If that's heat treat or what that is. Just noticed something on the top of the spine of the blade. It's comfortable. It's got good ergos, lightweight, snappy flipper. So it makes a good EDC knife. I mean, there's nothing to complain about. There's just, ones for less money. So it just kind of depends on how you want to spend your knife money, I guess. If you want a Midtech, then this is a Midtech. If you want a production knife, you can spend a lot less money and get pretty much the same thing. So it's, up to you. I've been on a big Midtech kick lately. I just ZT did that one collaboration with Les George, but other than that, there hasn't been really any production knife Les George collaborations, so it's kind of nice to have this, so you can get a Midtech, but most of his Midtechs are in this price range. The one that I kind of like out of this line by Defiant 7 is the Servo Midtech. It's a little bit bigger, 3.5 inches on the blade, and it looks kind of similar to this, but just a little bit bigger size. So that's one to check out if this one looks too small. And the Hydrax is a little bit more expensive because it has milled titanium handles and some anodizing done, and that's going to be over $5. So in the Midtech realm, like I said, it's kind of priced accordingly. You can find these on the secondary market for, in the $300 range, and I think that's more of a price I would pay for it. So, but other than that, I mean, there's no qualms about this knife. It has a really early lockup, super early, but it doesn't move, and there's 0 stick, which, in fact, I would say disengaging this lock on this knife is very smooth. It's pleasant. Some knives, when you're unlocking it, you're fighting the stick a little bit, or it kind of has, this, you can see here it has this nice recess for your thumb to disengage the lock. I don't know why more knives don't do those kind of things, because it makes a big difference, and it's just super comfortable. So this is one of those no frills EDC knives, but it's going to be one that could last you a long time. It's made of quality premium materials. It's got good steel. It's not going to show wear, so it's a good choice for EDC. So, all right, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up on the Defiant 7 Kumu. Excuse me, I'm saying that right. Any questions or comments on this one, leave them down below, and we'll see you on the next video.